You too have abilities. You can't lie to me. I perceive energy. And you too have the ability to decipher between good and bad, wrong and right, insulting to the soul and soulful. And you can't lie to me. I know all anybody wants is just to be happy. And some people really pretending they can do that in some ways that don't make sense. Like abusing innocent people mentally and emotionally because the government said it's okay as long as it's not physical or something. Abusers love to blame their victims and gaslight the fuck out of them, by the way. But, you know what you could do instead of victimizing innocent people? Work through your shit and find true happiness. Because you'll never be happy treating people like shit, and you'll never be happy until you work through your fucking bullshit. Like, I'm not gonna waste my life away just because it makes somebody jealous that I'm not wasting my life away and they want me to go back into my box of trauma and waste my life away and be a subservient slave to fear like most of the population. Like, what the fuck is up with this Tristan character who keeps harassing me on here? Like, what the fuck? Anyway, I won't be responding to any more of their comments. I try so hard to help people, especially when it comes to how depraved and self-sabotaging some people are. Like, you can't pretend you're happy whenever you're acting like such a miserable twat and like think that I'm gonna listen to anything you say when you're wrong or some shit. Like, so many people could do so many things so much better, and incompetency and stupidity just piss me the fuck off, and you bet I'm gonna express my negative emotions. That's how you get over them, you fucking idiots. Sorry, you're not an idiot. Whoever's watching this video, you're a human being. So, what I'm trying to say is these motherfuckers pretending they're stupid and they don't have any self-awareness, that they can't perceive good and bad without the little Jesus daddy government telling them. These people are just playing shitty games and winning more of a bottomless void for a soul or something. So, remember, don't try too hard to help people, especially when they have no desire to help themselves. They just want to be stuck in their decrippling, self-sabotaging ways of being a slave to fear and divide and conquer tactics. But those people need to realize they're better than that. And like, the only thing that you can do from like treating me like shit is make me get louder about human rights. Like, I'm sorry, did you say whenever you were abusing the most caring person you've probably even perceived? Because I don't have the ability to shut off my emotions or not care about anyone or anything. I'm sorry that that's so weird and foreign, and that you've been taught to abuse yourself. But, like, you have to take responsibility and accountability, especially when you're a fucking adult. Like, people want to pretend that they're responsible adults, and they literally act like children most of the time. Like, there's a difference between allowing your inner child to thrive and being emotionally immature and incompetent mentally. Like, holy shit, dude. If you don't like my videos, go find something else to watch. Stop wasting your life away trying to do whatever you can to be miserable and divided and conquered and fucking worship strife. Like, I don't fucking care, man. Does this art piece even look good? I don't fucking think it looks that good because I've just been scribbling on a page. And, you know, people who think there's something wrong with us expressing negative emotions and want to suppress people for being mad at evil, rightfully so, those people are fucking evil, and those people are part of the problem. Unfortunately, things like trauma and abuse and cultural conditioning is a form of abuse. Inflict evil into your heart and your soul. Kind of like if you get raped, that's a traumatic event that I've experienced. Fucking no one should ever experience that. Ever. We shouldn't have to fucking have a word for that. And if you think there's something wrong with wanting to give evil its evil fucking hateful energy back, you are part of the problem and you need to get lost. But, get lost so you can find yourself, because you don't know yourself, and being so adamant about things that are wrong only inhibits you from finding truth. But yeah, if you're like, what's the best way to say this? If you're like raped and it puts the DNA of an evil motherfucker in you, it's the same way with trauma, putting the DNA of the fucking devil in you, because evil is fear, is weakness, love is life, is power. The devil is fear, God is love, and you should know that the Bible is talking about real life. Not that I've read it, because I can't help but see how perverted it's been and have gotten to know God myself personally instead. We all know God in our souls, but we've been conditioned to deny our hearts and our souls. But it's the same way with trauma. It puts evil in you, dude. And, like, just look at, like, children who are abused, and they go on to abuse. They repeat those things. Like, because they don't know any better, apparently, which, look, I'm not gonna fucking blame a child. That's despicable. But, like, even as a child, I feel like we know better, because we can decipher energy, you know, good and bad, pain, and oh, it doesn't hurt my heart and soul. That doesn't make me feel dirty. That actually makes me feel like a good person. When I hand out gifts to nature to people, for example, you know, doing good things, and even children can tell the difference between good and bad. So the reason I think that things like that happen to the extent they do is because we have been lost and led astray for a long time, and like people are taught to be confused and suppress their trauma, and apparently people who have been like wasting their entire lives away get really mad at people who are already finding true happiness and fulfillment at 29 years old. This right here is the only reason that I'm not dead inside. Making videos, following my biggest passions, like humanitarianism and caring about the world I live in. Because I hated myself so much for so long for not being the change I wished to see in the world. That has been in my head over the years more than any other quote or anything. Be the change you wish to see in the world. It's almost as if God was putting that quote into my head to remind me, hey buddy, this world really is sick, and you do have a soul, and I did make you gifted in healing trauma. Like, some people are gifted at building computers, and you don't know shit about those. Everyone has a gift. As well as art. The only reason I've been making so much progress is because I've been doing the work. Because I've come to understand expression is the most powerful medicine. And that's how we heal ourselves and get over the dark, evil bullshit that people put into us through drama. And before I figured that out, I knew that the only way to overcome the PTSD and the insecurity, the anxiety, was to force myself. Some people are abused and it takes their self-worth away. Like, some people have self-worth for good reason, because they're a good person. And then they get abused by their parents at fucking 11 and have a false sense of worthlessness. Then there are other people who are shitty people or like scared of everything and just can't handle it because they're pussies. So instead of working through their shit, they create the illusion of confidence and become delusional simps. But like, the only reason it's taken me 18 years to start talking about these things and sharing these things publicly is because I had to make sure that I was right about this shit. Like, I've always known this shit, that it's wrong to abuse people, and that abuse is anything harmful to innocent people, including telling them God hates them for loving someone consensually. As like, oh my god, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you people? Jesus is not a totalitarian bigot. And the only thing I'm totalitarian for is decency, humanity, human rights, enforce peace instead of allowing heathens to rape the fucking world we live in. And the first thing is to fucking have a conversation. And like I said, I don't give a fuck if this art looks like shit right now, because it's really just about scribbling demons onto a fucking page. Because people keep trying to put me back in my box of trauma because they're jealous that they're wasting their lives away and are too insecure to trust their gut and get their shit together. And it's not happening, honey. Not a single person, place, or thing can do anything other than watch me thrive or support me and help me make the world a better place, because I have the power of God in me. That's the divine love that is the life force of all creation, and you have that in you too. So stop acting like a heathen if you are, and perpetuating abuse without even being aware of it because you're a fucking idiot. And if you are a decent human being who actually has courtesy and compassion and respect, I love you more than words can express. You are part of the reason I did not kill myself. The countable number of times that I contemplated that shit. Because this society has been trying to kill me and keep me dead emotionally and spiritually and mentally and all that shit for a very long time. And I finally learned that my validation comes from God. I don't need your stupid external validation. I don't give a fuck what you think if you're worshiping ignorance and fear by perpetuating hateful bullshit, yada yada blah, because I care a lot, but I do not care to entertain fear nor ignorance. And you know what? Trauma isn't logical, so stop fucking gaslighting yourself like you weren't abused and feel until you heal. And like, holy shit, bro. And like, fuck no, I'm not just talking to that one dumbass who's been harassing me. This video is not about that dumbass. This video is about humanity and anyone who can benefit from this information, please. And if you want to start your own YouTube channel, fucking maybe you should do that. But only if you know what you're talking about and you have pure intentions and are capable of being wrong and admitting it if you ever are. Like, mistaken, I mean, because there's a difference between, like, being mistaken and being a fucking criminal. Kind of like how there's a difference between being God and being human or something, but that's a really bad analogy. Scratch the analogy, because it scratch that. Oh my god. But yeah, just what's up with all the idiots posting, look at me, regurgitating bullshit that I was taught through trauma and cultural conditioning, like materialism. Ooh, buy this bullshit I'm selling on TikTok. What is up with all these influencers influencing illness? That's God was yelling at me, except he doesn't yell about that shit, and I was like, oh, you're right, I have to do this. People have so many negative influences that they don't even question their depravity or something. Anyway, be a good human. I love you, because if you are abusive, I love myself and humanity enough to hold you accountable, or put you away in a place where you can no longer harm any innocent human beings. That's what the government should be doing, is protecting and serving. But real quick, make it easy. Believe in yourself. You are real. Be you. Art, where's the one? Oh, it's over here, isn't it? Sorry, hold on. Art. This is how you exercise demons. Stop being a pussy, because the devil's a pussy. Evil is fear is weakness. And evil motherfuckers know how worthless and fearful they are, so they create delusional, false senses of confidence and try to convince good people that good people are evil because they want to be evil and put people in boxes of trauma or something. But just exercise your demons, you fucking pussies. With art. Stop killing your own kind. Thou shalt control thy own mind. The government is not God. Fear is the devil. God is love. Like, you can't control my fucking brain with your gaslighting and abuse, okay? Because God is possessing this vessel. Thou shalt allow thy spirit to flow freely with pure intentions. Just finally got back into drawing like the past 3 to 6 months, and I'm so happy to be myself again. Art is infinite. You can do anything with art. including take the abuse you want to give to innocent people and create it in an art form instead. To look at that shit and realize how fucked you are in the head. Huh? Oh, what? You guys never seen a real artist before who works with both dark and light energy and recognizes the fact that darkness isn't bad, just like light can blind you. Evil shit just likes to hide in the dark. Like your collective, like your subconsciousness. And yeah, this says meow, because I was being silly. I like to be silly. What, you think spirit animals were only things Native Americans have? As if we aren't all human beings? As if we aren't all made by the same creator? Yeah, you bet I love cats and snakes and every single sentient being who isn't causing harm to innocents. But even those motherfuckers, I love you in some weird way, but you need to go talk to God, and I think the government should make rapists do that because the capital punishment, one strike you're out for heinous crimes against humanity is all I'm saying. Of course, abusing someone via YouTube comments, for example, with gaslighting and like bullshit, that's not something that deserves the death penalty. It's okay. But I do wish somebody would just beat the shit out of you and teach you a lesson. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna, I mean, fortunately or unfortunately, I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm gonna continue being a good human being and following virtue. And doing my best to teach these wannabe adults with childlike mentalities to grow the fuck up, stop wasting your lives away and abusing innocent people, and make the world a better place. Anyway, I could probably talk about this kind of stuff until the world's a better place. So, help me stop talking so much and fucking do your part, guys. Thank you.